Good morning. So I kind of want to discuss a little bit about existentialism and I guess about the nothing or nothingness or non-being, whatever you want to say. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. I've been thinking about the Heideggerian idea of nothing or non-being. I've been thinking about Quine's article on what there is and the riddle of Plato's beard, stuff like that, about existentialism, Sartre, Heidegger. So I kind of want to elaborate more on what the nothing really is. Think more about what that is, and what the nothing is. The existentialists talk about um, the idea of being a lot. Heidegger and Sartre both do being in certain one way or the other, being for others, being for oneself, stuff like that. But in Heidegger's essay, Voss's Metaphysic, um, pretty much he talks about the nothing as how, which is a act of reason, which is the total negation of being itself. And how the nothing relates to dread and angst. For Sartre, there's very similar things, and same with Simone de Beauvoir and Albert Camus. They have, concepts like ambiguity and absurdity. How they're kind of explaining how, um, at least de Beauvoir with her idea of ambiguity is she's saying that in your life you're going to have a lot of ambiguities in everything that you really try to do, which is another nothing kind of concept. It's a nothing concept having to do with nothing, a lack of being in your life, lack of meaning, lack of stability, if you will. Same with Camus' idea of absurdity. That myth of Sisyphus thing where he's rolling up the boulder up the hill or the mountain, and he constantly rolls back down. So he's living in that constant struggle. Those are all nothingness concepts. Heidegger, for one, says that when nothingness seeps into one's being, you have a mood of dread or angst or anxiety. But dread, I think, is the best word for it. Um, Dread is unlike fear, where fear is like, oh, you have a spider in the bathtub. You have to kill the spider or let it go, whatever you want to do, to take care of that fear. Where angst or dread is different. You don't know what's causing such a emotion or mood, where you don't know how to eradicate that as easily. Um, and according to Heidegger in his essay Voss's Metaphysic, what's going on um, is a discussion about being itself, or the what is. And he kind of is discussing how how science and philosophy relate to design, the what is in the totality, and how trying to figure out being is doing science and philosophy, and that all boils down to design, or being in oneself. Um, However, the active reason with that, which is negation, the total negation of being, is nothing. And a problem that you can have, and this is with any emotion, being happy or bored or whatever, is that the nothing can seep into one's being, and that is in itself the emotions of dread. In Being in Time, Heidegger kind of goes more into such emotions of dread and angst, and those kind of moods, or those kind of state of being, state of mind. I think one of the main translation that I like translates it as state of mind. But the nothing for the existentialists has to do with simply the negation of the what is, and bad faith or inauthenticity, fleeing from yourself. You're fleeing into the face of that which you're fleeing from. That's all basically nothing, and ambiguity, absurdity. That's all still part of the nothing, in that the being that you are is almost in a way being diluted, because the nothing, according to Heidegger, seeps into it. So I've kind of been thinking about the nothing, or nothingness, and I kind of wanted to elaborate on that more. And I'm kind of going to be thinking about that a little more. I think I've been doing a lot of videos on authenticity and stuff like that, and inauthenticity, being not who you are. Inauthenticity or bad faith is being the opposite of who you are. Not necessarily the opposite, but let's say if you are a certain way and you flee from that and you try to do something different, that is in itself inauthenticity, and that's nothingness seeping into your being, because you have a set being. You have a set being, the set way you are, and if you try to flee from that, that is nothingness. That's one way that nothingness can seep into your being, and in a way can dilute your own being. And that's what the feelings of dread, angst, despair comes from. So I don't know, I've been kind of thinking about this. If you have anything you want to contribute to this kind of thought about what nothing is, or what the nothing is, or how to think about the nothing as you know, when we're thinking about Heidegger or Sartre or de Beauvoir or Camus or any other existentialist thinkers, even Paulo Freire, comment below, let me know.